We all want to give back, but once you have a family, who has the extra time or money? Today we're talking to Simon Mainwaring, author of We First and Dad, about ways our everyday purchasing habits can change the world. As we discuss, are you shopping for a better world?
Moms are busy.
Right.
We still have to make purchases. How can we do that and be socially aware?
In a struggling economy, it's hard enough for any of us to make a contribution. So what do we do?
Because you do want to give it to everybody. I mean, every time you turn around, it's like, give $50 to this, $100 to that, and you want to make a difference.
But it's like prostate cancer. You're like, no. You're like, I'm a terrible person.
Right, exactly. As a father with daughters and so on, what encourages me is that technology is making it easier and easier to contribute. For example, you can have a smartphone application like Good Guide. All you do is point your smartphone at the barcode of that product, and it will give you a social impact rating.
And is it free?
And it's free.
Great. Okay.
So effectively, imagine you can transform your shopping cart, in a sense, to actually this sort of contribution that you're making where you consider every item you're putting in your shopping cart.
But then soon enough, you'll probably know, you won't have to do it every time because you'll start getting an idea.
It's like those online grocery stores. When you built the list once, you know exactly what you need.
Right.
Secondly, when you've got a big ticket item, like a car or a washing machine, use something like a website like Brand Karma that actually
Brand Karma?
Brandkarma.com, and they tell you what companies are doing in terms of social responsibility. Also, just look at what causes or non-profits a company is supporting so that you can feel good about supporting that company.
I just did that with a new Dodge minivan. This was a brand that actually had causes that I was interested in, and I loved the car.
And then suddenly you look at your life, you look at your fridge, you look at the garage, you see the car, and you go, actually, I feel okay about that.
Once you do have children, you become no longer selfish because your purpose is to make sure that your kids are safe, that they experience a world that is the best it can be for them.
You think much more outside yourself.
But the great tragedy is that it seems that we need to get to our sort of 40s or whatever it might be with young children before we wake up to the needs of others beyond ourselves.
Well, you know what's interesting though, Simon, is that I think that is changing. I think that our children, they are socially aware, they are environmentally aware in a way that we were not brought up, and that it's just going to be part of who they are.
Well, I think it is happening because they're so much more aware through the internet of, imagine what we knew when we were in our early teens, and there wasn't the ability to share that information like there is with social media. And when you are on Facebook or you are on Twitter and you're sharing all the other information you are anyway and just keeping in touch with your friends, you can use social media to celebrate those brands that are doing good and actually to punish those that are not. This is not about being any less self-interested than before. It's just leveraging these tools to make your choices a little bit more responsible, and then in the same way asking companies to do the same.
So there's no reason not to participate in this. It's just going to be better for everybody in the long run and right now.
And it's fulfilling. I have to say that when you look back, the thing you take greatest pleasure from in life is really what you've contributed. And when you know that the money you're spending on what you need every day is actually also making a small contribution, you feel better about yourself.
And then I can buy more stuff, because I'll feel better about myself. It's just a win-win.
What is your favorite charity?
Come to JenandBarb.com and share with our community.
This episode is brought to you by Dodge.
Child's face, their first love, their